Hello, it's Henry the computer guy. Today we are going to talk about the word interface. Specifically, before we talk about more items there, we shall see the interface. We explain the interface and we understand it well. Let's go. So if you want to load Microsoft Word, because it's the first application we are going to be talking about, so if you want to load Microsoft Word, you shall come and click onto the start. I told you it is always onto the taskbar here down, so you click on the start. You look for what we call programs. Sorry, you can click back. You click on what we call programs. Then you look for what we call Microsoft Office in that list. When you find it, you click on it. Then you look for Microsoft Office Word 2007. It is just in the bottom list there. It is on the list, but at the bottom. So you click on it. Give it time to load. Now, by default, our Microsoft Word is going to open in that way. First of all, today we are going to talk about the interface. We are going to learn the interface, only the interface. So now, when I look onto my computer now, this is what we call the page or the working area. So that means that whenever someone is going to be in need of typing or writing an item, we come to what we call the page. Now, into the corner here, we have what we call the Office button. So the Office button has many items, as we shall talk about them with the time to come. So now, aside here we have what we call the quick access toolbar. That means that if you always use many items, or if you use items always, you can put them onto the quick access toolbar. For example, if I always use the aligning of the left always, I can right click on it and say add to quick access toolbar. It comes here. If let's say I always use the shading, I can right click on it and let's say, by the way, it is there. That's why it's not going there, but it's there. If I always use what we call, let's say, the italics, I can right click on it, I say add it there. So it will go up there altogether. Even if you want to remove them, you can come and say remove. You can right click and say remove. You can right click and say remove. So this part here acts as the quick access toolbar. This is the Office button. Then this is the quick access toolbar. Now here we have what we call the title bar. When I give my file a name, the name will come at the top here. So that's why it is termed as the title bar. Together. Now here down we have what we call the tabs. This is the home tab, the insert tab, the page layer, out tab, the reference. So all of these ones are going to be called tabs. Are we together? But each tab has different items, as we shall be seeing with the time. Now, the whole of this one with its respective items onto it is called a ribbon. The whole of this one. When I come and say the whole of this one, including the tabs and the items which are down here, we call it a ribbon. Specifically, a strip of buttons. We call it a ribbon. Now, when we come into this corner, we have three buttons there. We have what we call the minimize button. The minimize button specifically helps us, for example, if I want to see at the background of my screen or desktop, but the file is covering that part. How will I see that? I will click on the minimize button. So I'll be able to see my background. Let's say if I wanted to confirm whether my file or folder is there, I can say my folder is there. Then I come back. I'll find it onto the taskbar. Remember we said that the taskbar specifically holds currently running programs. So I'll click on it. It comes back. That is the minimize button. Now we come to another one. The second, it is what we call the maximize or restore. Assuming that I want to make my file or document take part of the screen, I'll use this button. Are we seeing? So it is taking part of the screen. I'm seeing my screen, but as well as seeing my file. So if I want to make it somehow big, I can come onto the edges. Then I drag slowly it will be becoming bigger. So if I want to make it cover the entire screen, I will come back and say maximize. So that's why I said that it is either maximize or restore. Now, here we have what we call the close button. After writing everything or after accomplishing my work, I want to leave and close my work, then I'll click onto this button, which is the X. So if I click on it, it will first of all ask me that, do you want to save the changes? So if I don't save, nothing will be kept into my, or will be saved. So now I don't want to cancel because we are still in the middle of the lesson and I haven't saved. Are we together? Now aside here we have what we call the scroll bar. For example, if I have some information, for example, let me get some dummy text here. I can wrap this one and say equals rand, R-A-N-D. I open the bracket, I can say 4,5. To get some dummy text that I can use, I press enter. So it will give me some information there. Are we together? So if I want to see some, let's say I've been down here, I wanted to see some information up here, but I'm not seeing it. So what will I do? I'll use my scroll bar to move up and down to put my page into focus. Are we together? So it puts your information into focus. So it has been covered, so you can well see it now by scrolling up and down. Are we together? Now we come down here. This line passing from the left to the right, it is called the status what? Status bar. Why do we call it the status bar? It shows us the status of the document or we are in, or the page we are in. Now we have pages 1 of 1. That means that I'm having only one page. Then the words I'm having there. So if I add any other, it will show me a change here. It is going to count the words, then it shows me a change. Let's say I want to put another rand equals R-A-N-D. I open the bracket, let's say 2, 3, some dummy text. I press enter. It is going to change and show me that I'm having 5 to 7 words. Are we together? Now, this one is what we call the proofreading. For example, if I had any errors here, let's say I have that information. If I had any errors, let's have write some information. They have put for me the zigzag line here. Are we together? They have put for me the zigzag line here. That means that it shows me that if any wavy color has been put onto a word, it shows that the spelling is what? Wrong, or it is not recognized by the computer. So it will tell me here that proofreading, you have to correct something there. But of course, I don't want to write it. I can leave it that way, but I can correct it if I want. Or I can say ignore. Then it takes away the zigzag or wavy red color. So onto the status bar, we have the pages, we have the words, then the proofreading. Then here we have what we call the print layout. Of course, it shows us how our work will be printed onto a page when we print it out of the printer. So it is specifically like the edit mode. It's where we are now. It is the print mode. Now, when I come to what we call this is specifically the print layout we have been in. So if I come to the full screen reading, it is going to cover the entire screen. It's not allowing me to write some information there. Specifically the reading mode. So if how many pages am I having, they will show me the pages that you're having. You're having 2 pages. So I can come back and close it. Then it takes me back to my reading. Then this is what we call the web layout. It shows you how your page will be displayed on the web page or on internet, let's say in the browser. Are we together? Then we have, for example, if I had a picture here, this is specifically shows you only the outline. If you had the picture there, then it will not show you the picture. Then here we have the draft. It also shows you the draft of the information that you're having. Let's go back to the print layout. Now, aside here, we have what we call the zoom in and the zoom out. So zoom in is specifically going to be reducing the size of the page. That means that you can work on more than one page at the same time. Assuming that if I had 2 pages, I can be seeing all those pages at the same time. For example, if I put another page, these are 3 pages, but I see them at the same time. That is specifically I've been zooming in, making them smaller. Then I can zoom, then it comes back to the normal I wanted. Are we together? Then I can scroll up and down and see everything clearly. Specifically, now this has been what we call the Microsoft Word interface. So next video will be about saving our document or file into our folder. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also click the like button. See you then.